Joining me now to discuss is retired police Lieutenant Randy Sutton and New Jersey Congressman Jeff Van Drew. Welcome, both of you.
Well, thanks for having us.
Great to be with you.
All right, I want to read a little bit more from that Wall Street Journal editorial piece because they go on and talk about what else this young man is accused of who was caught jumping the turnstile. They say 1 month earlier, this same teenager, then 15, allegedly jumped a 49-year-old man on a Midtown street, punching the victim and running off with his cell phone. He was freed without bail days before the alleged assault on the cop. The teen pleaded not guilty. The Post reports that the same teen was arrested in April after allegedly being found in a car with a loaded gun and a crossbow in Brooklyn. Randy, how are officers supposed to deal with this when this is just one example of this kid allegedly 3 times this year already being in some serious trouble and immediately back out on the streets?
Well, this shows the abject failure of the leadership in the House and of the legislature in New York. They've been watching this debacle unfolding for years now, and literally the blood of these victims is on their hands. This officer could have been even more seriously injured than he was had he lost consciousness from being choked out. Then he could have lost his weapon, and there could have been even more serious injury. You know, this officer was very lucky. I literally just came back hours ago from visiting with an officer who was not so lucky, who had been shot numerous times, an incredibly heroic deputy from San Bernardino Sheriff's Department, and I sat with him. I watched him, his incredible bravery, full of bullet wounds from another criminal who never should have been out on the street, who pumped 3-4 bullets into him while standing over him for absolutely no reason whatsoever. This is happening across America, and in my role as the founder of the Wounded Blue, I deal with these men and women who are being injured in the line of duty every single day, and the state legislatures in Washington, in Oregon, in New York, and in California are responsible for this horrendous crime issue.
Yeah, and I want to play something from a retired NYPD officer, Bill Stanton. Here's what he said about the current situation.
Where it's okay to fight a cop and help the bad guy get at the cop, I feel like we're in a bad Mad Max movie.
Yeah, and our recent Fox News poll on whether you're extremely or very concerned about it, higher crime rates, 85% said they are. Congressman, what do you tell your constituents about the current state of play for law enforcement in this country?
Oh, I tell them that we need change. I tell them that we can no longer tolerate the liberal, left-wing, progressive policies of this president and of this majority in Congress. I tell them we need cash bail. I tell them that we shouldn't let people out over and over and over again when they have 5, 10, 15, 20 or more priors. I tell them that many people actually should be in prison, and not only should they be in prison when they've committed bad crimes that really hurt people, bad crimes that are aggressive crimes that do harm, that they should be in jail many times for life. We've got to stop this. This isn't complicated. Bad people need to be in jail. They don't need to be let out. This is a very bad policy that is destroying the inner core of America and destroying the fabric of this great nation.
Yeah, and it's a state-by-state issue. I mean, Randy, as you said, it's about the state legislature, what they decide they'll do about things like cash bail and recidivism and, prosecutions. That's left up to local prosecutors who people elect them across this country. And if they don't recall them or there's no method to recall them, I mean, voters are making these decisions. I'm going to read something about the issue of recidivism. This was in the New York Post yesterday. They say the alarming stats reveal increases in alleged recidivism as high as 3 times what they were in 2017 before New York's controversial bail reform law took effect in 2020. Quote, we went from a revolving door justice system to an easy pass system, fumed one frustrated Manhattan cop. Randy, do you think there will be a call by voters to make changes to some of these policies or elect lawmakers who will make changes to these policies?
What has to happen now is that the silent majority can no longer remain silent. They now must become activists. Activists to protect their own families, to protect themselves, their children. And if they don't, then we're going to continue to see the downward spiral of our nation. And the criminal justice system is oftentimes being destroyed from within. You have activist district attorneys like in New York, Bragg. He'll go after a guy who's defending himself after he's being beaten, but he won't go after the guy that attacks the police officer brazenly, and then has the gall to say, "Oh, do you think I can go sue that officer?" And this is what's happening across America. So yes, the voters have to become the voice of sanity and the voice of reason, and put people into positions to make the decisions that will safeguard your families.
Congressman, final word to you quickly.
The final word is law and order. The final word is truly make sure that bad people are put away. 3 strikes and you're out. You commit a violent crime, you're in jail. You're in jail for a long time. The final word is don't demean, diminish, or defund our police.
I am with you on that. Congressman Randy, great to have you both. And a big thank you to you and to our men and women, who the vast majority of them are heroes suiting up out there every day to protect the rest of us. We can't thank them enough. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.